Hello again, everyone. Is it just me, or was this the longest offseason in football history? Between lockouts in the pros, scandals at the college level, and the brutal summer heat? Well, fear not. Football is indeed back, and the Bearcats opened up play with Austin Peay. Year 2 of the Butch Jones show now underway, and this one got off to a much different start than year 1. Cats already up 7-0 on a 40-yard Isaiah Peay touchdown run, so Peay does it again. This time from just 13 yards out, 14-0, and they were just getting started. The defense won't be talked about nearly as much, but they were swarming to say the least. Chris Williams with the sack, and check out the familiar face on the sidelines, former UC coach Urban Meyer in the house. And he would be proud of the Cats' high-power offense. Zach Caleros hooking up with Kembrell Tompkins. Can you sense the theme? Caleros again this time, and he's going to find DJ Woods. The lowest total UC scored in any quarter was 10. That came up in the third. Big test up next week for the Bearcats, though. It's down to Knoxville, where they take on the Vols. And last season, the Bearcats broke in a new head coach. This season, for various reasons, it's Ohio State, Miami, Indiana that find themselves in that boat. Luke Fickell, the new top dog for the 18th-ranked Buckeyes, hoping to get his first win hosting the Akron Zips. And he's got to like this. Do not adjust your television sets. Terrell Pryor is no more. That is Joe Bauserman. And he says, allow me to reintroduce myself. A 15-yard score. Buckeyes up 7-0. 14-0 Ohio State now, and this time Bauserman finds Jake Stoneburner, and Stoneburner finds the end zone. Bauserman finished with 4 total touchdowns, 3 through the air. And everyone is wondering what the true freshman Braxton Miller is capable of, and if this throws any indication, the future is very bright. He splits the defenders, the rest was academic. The Fickell era begins with a 42-0 win. And we switch gears now to the MAC. New head coach Don Treadwell taking his Redhawks into the Tigers' den. And Miami hung tough. Down 10, driving here just before the end of the half. Zach Dysert looking for 6, but E.J. Gaines jumped the route. The Redhawks would settle for just being down 10 to the 21st-ranked team in the nation at the half. That's because in the second half they made their move. Eric Finkleo finds a hole and punches it through. Miami within 4 after the missed extra point. Unfortunately, that would be all they could muster. Mizzou made just enough plays to pull out the victory. Not the outcome the Redhawks were looking for, a 17-6 loss in Treadwell's debut, but plenty of things to be encouraged about moving forward. And speaking of moving forward, Indiana also with a new coach hoping to do just that. A new start with former Bob Stoops assistant Kevin Wilson, but he too suffered the same fate as Treadwell. The Hoosiers kept it close, but come up short 27-20. And so much for 20 days or 7 or whatever it was supposed to be. Cedric Benson was released from jail today after just 5 days for good behavior. He will be part of the 53 left standing. Today was cut day, and the Bengals released 19, including quarterback Dan Lefevre, cornerback Brandon Gee, and defensive tackle Jason Shirley. The most surprising move, offensive lineman Bobby Williams deactivated because of a 4-game suspension, apparently running afoul of the performance-enhancing substance abuse policy. Williams will miss the first 4 games of the season. Not shocking that it happened to a Bengal, but perhaps very shocking to some that it would happen to the charismatic Williams. And back on the field, and early at that, the original 1 o'clock start time pushed back to 10 this morning due to heat concerns. Cov-Cath hosting LaSalle, heat not affecting the Lancers. Antonio Nelson pounds the rock in for 6 down the sidelines. It was a long day for the Colonels. This was their only visit to the end zone. Gabe Gray off the tip pass, and it was see you later. Untouched to pay dirt, but LaSalle was just too much. They made it look easy time and time again. They beat the Heat and Cov-Cath 41-10. Officials, though, called the game at half because of the severe heat. And the Reds were looking to gain some late-season momentum and begin the last month on a high note. The Cardinals would have none of it, though. They held on to beat Chris Carpenter and company 11-8 on Friday night, but Jaime Garcia was looking for his first win since July 23rd, and he took matters into his own hands. That single to right, Chris Heisey couldn't handle it, and Gerald Layer scored. That made it 3-2 Cardinals. And then Garcia went to work on the hill. Brandon Phillips, swinging. Joey Votto. This one falls off the table. Thanks for playing. Garcia struck out 6 and 6. Joey not impressed. This time a year ago, they were teammates cruising towards the playoffs, but today, Jay Bruce crushed a hanger from Arthur Rhodes that made it 6-4 to St. Louis. But there it would stay. Cardinals take game 2 of the series. And finally, the Manhattan Beach Open going on all weekend here in Cincinnati. But this afternoon, some of the pros in the sport taking time out of their day to host a free clinic. Kids from all over the Tri-State got a chance to work on their bump, set, and passing skills with Karch Corelli and Todd Rogers. Always nice to learn from the finer points of the game. Even better when experts are the ones teaching. The tournament wraps up tomorrow afternoon. And that's going to wrap things up for sports. We're back with more right after this.